We're going to go over some cards in this deck. We're going to play this deck on the ladder. We're going to play a few matches with it and see how it does. I played a little bit of this deck beforehand, and it is sweet. It is sweet. We have one Dead Weight. Dead Weight can get brought back by Lurrus. It's a really good removal spell, especially against all these mono red decks going around. And you can keep bringing it back with Lurrus over and over again. It's very strong. We have 3 Duress and 4 Thoughtseize to be like a turn 1 discard your hand, turn 2 play a threat, etc. is what this deck's trying to go for. We have 1 Omen of the Dead in the deck, and this card serves 2 purposes. If you don't have anything to bring back, you can keep scrying 2 with Lurrus in the late game. Scry 2, sack it, scry 2, bring it back. Okay, sack it, scry 2, bring it back, and you can get it back into the game that way. I actually did do that. And Omen of the Dead also picks Lurrus back up to your hand, and it's replayable by Lurrus. 4 Soul Guide Lanterns. 4 Soul Guide Lanterns. And this is to kind of like mimic the 0 mana artifact in Modern that kind of does that, but obviously the one in Modern is much better. But we get to control our opponent's graveyards, especially by hitting arrows out of the graveyard and things like that. We get to draw cards off of this Soul Guide Lantern. Mishra's Bauble, yes. Mishra's Bauble is the card I'm talking about that I couldn't think about 2 seconds ago. Glint-Sleeve Siphoner is a card that says, first off, it's a 2/1 menace. When it enters the battlefield, you get an energy. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, draw a card and lose a life. So this is like kind of similar to Dark Confidant. Kind of worse, a lot worse. But we have like a little energy theme going on here, and I kind of wanted to try this out. You can bring this back with Lurrus and get some card advantage on the next turn, etc. And you'd be surprised at how fast Glint-Sleeve Siphoner, Harness Lightning, and Longtusk Cub can really get you some more energy. Harness Lightning, speaking of that, is you can choose any creature, you get 3 energy, then you may pay any amount of energy. Harness Lightning deals that much damage to that creature. So this can do as much damage as you find fit. If you have 11 energy, you can do 11 damage. This can kill an Elder Gargaroth. Basically, any creature you want to kill, this thing can kill, besides Hexproof and Indestructible. Okay? This card's pretty good. It also can just give you energy whenever you want. You can gain 3 energy, kill a thing with 1 toughness, whether it's a Llanowar Elves or whatever, right? And then you just gain 2 energy. So it's 2 mana, instant speed, kill a Llanowar Elves, and get 2 energy. You can't really beat that. We have 4 Longtusk Cub as Tarmogoyf's really sad younger cousin. Tarmogoyf is really good at being a 2 mana card that can just get like way bigger and actually put decent pressure on your opponent. I really think that this card has the potential, probably not though, I think it has the potential to be something like that in Historic. Plus you can bring this back with Lurrus. You can just attack, right? And if you have a lot of energy, this thing becomes like a 6/6 or an 8/8 in no time. And that's a tough thing to deal with. We have 1 Kroxa because why not? You can bring it back with Lurrus over and over again to keep discarding cards out of your opponent's hand. It's a really, really good late game threat. We all know what Kroxa does. 2 Assassin's Trophy is a good catch-all against opposing planeswalkers, Doom Fortolds, just anything you can possibly imagine is played in the scope of Historic. If you have to use it on turn 2 to get rid of a turn 2 3-drop that's going to kill you, then you'll do that, but you don't really want to do that. We have Davriel, the Rogue Shadowmage here, to go further into our discard shenanigans. And it also provides a clock against control decks if they can't get rid of this. You just leave it on 1 loyalty, and then they just keep taking 2 damage every turn. Inscription of Ruin, not only does this discard 2 cards out of your opponent's hand, but it returns a creature with CMC 2 or less from your grave to the battlefield. What is that? Glint-Sleeve Siphoner. What is that? Longtusk Cub. You get the point? What is that? Kroxa. You get it? Alright, cool. Also, it can destroy a creature with CMC 3 or less. 3 or less. Okay? So this kills a lot of decent threats in Historic, for real. And then Lurrus, you know, you can bring back all of these cards and recursive value engine. And then we have Liliana, Waker of the Dead. This card is Really good after you've controlled the board with all of these cards that I have in my deck here. After you've discarded their hand some, you've got rid of some of their creatures. Liliana does a great job at being able to disrupt your opponent while also working towards a game-winning ultimate, which is very, very powerful and valuable. Now we have all of these lands, which our lands are great in Historic. Now I wanted to keep them all untapped, which is why we don't have any tap lands here. I have these Cragcrown Pathways in here instead of the Temple. Let's talk about the sideboard a little bit, okay? Now we have the main deck. Let's talk about the sideboard. Extra Duress against control decks, 2 Magma Sprays against all those pesky mono-red decks and Llanowar Elves and things. We have a Hope of Jararper. This has very good synergy with Lurrus, where it's a 1/1 flyer, but you can sacrifice it, and then until your next turn, target player who was dealt combat damage with this card this turn can't cast non-creature spells. It's for the rest of your turn and your opponent's turn until your next turn. So say goodbye to your sweepers, say goodbye to Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, say goodbye to basically everything if you can get in with a Hope of Jararper. Not only that, but you can bring it back over and over and over again with Lurrus of the Dream Den. If you haven't seen a Wombo combo until you've seen Lurrus and Hope of Jararper, baby, you have not seen a Wombo combo yet. Alright, we have an Argel's Bloodfast. Not only can this be able to be brought back by Lurrus, but this is a draw a card, draw a card, draw a card, draw a card against control decks. Note that you don't have to tap this to draw cards, you can just draw cards. Glint-Sleeve Siphoner against other control decks and other mid-range decks where we want to draw some more cards. And usually in those matchups, we'll take out like a couple Longtusk Cubs and put in some Siphoners, or maybe take out some Harness Lightnings and put in some Siphoners in their place. Something like that. A Braid, because people are going to be citing in their copies of Grafdigger's Cage against us to combat our Lurrus strategy. So we're going to need a Braids against those matchups, basically all the time. Plus it doubles as a really nice removal spell. Cinderclasm against mono red, against elves, against everything that wants to go wide. You cast this and you kill their board. Now we have Scavenging Ooze, which is an all-around really good card. Any time that opponent has a graveyard-based strategy, you're going to want to bring this in. Cindervines is another control-based strategy, but this also has the ability to kill artifacts and enchantments. I would have 2 Argel's Bloodfast instead of 1/1, but I do like the fact that this card damages the opponent and gets to kill stuff. Now we have a Klothys, God of Destiny here, whether it's also good against control decks, it's good against the graveyard strategies as well. So this is going to be our deck that we're going to start out with, and let's go ahead and get started with some games here. They all want a piece of the action, chat. Oh yeah. You'll love to see it. This is exactly what we want. We'll go Blooming Marsh here. Duress. Hopefully it's not an all creatures deck. Ooh. I'll take your Thoughtseize. Goodbye to you, Thoughtseize. Alright, now let's get our Longtusk Cub going. Let's get our Longtusk Cub going. Great to be here, Cells Grateful Dead. I'm glad that you're here. Hopefully they don't go Black Source into Thoughtseize themselves again. Alright, cool. Let's get this down. I'll take a draw. That's fine. Gain 2 energy. I'll play around Heartless Act. Well, punished. Maximum punish. Uro on the very next turn. I did consider Scourge of the Skyclaves in this deck, but I wanted to try the energy theme first. I honestly haven't actually played it in the deck. It was on my list of cards to play. Alright, nice. Longtusk Cub getting in there. Longtusk Cub getting in there. Eliminate my cub. Just kidding, they can just bring back the Euro now. Oh well. At least we can Inscription their 2 cards away. Hopefully we draw like a 1-mana spell that we can cast. How's the Longtusk package been? This is our first game with it on stream, so I don't really know yet. Hello, Longtusk Cub. Let's go ahead and play Run Heartless Act again. Discard their hand again. And then hopefully we'll draw a Lurrus in the next few draws. Ooh, Extinction Event's gone. Maybe that's a Nissa. Oh, yep, okay. Well, it's a Nissa. I mean, did I call it or did I call it, chat? Did I call it or did I call it? I mean, I think I have to block this. I don't really have to block it, but like, I feel like Liliana's ultimate is my win condition at this point. Oh yeah, you love to see it, chat. You just love to see it. Let's go Cub. Let's go Cub. They can't bring back they can't bring back the Uro yet, huh? Aether Gust the Longtusk. Awesome, Doug. Awesome, Doug. See you soon. Alright, so when they attack in with this island, I'm actually going to block. So we can actually minus this. Ultimate. Hey, Kara, how's it going? Soul Guide the Uro. Start of combat. Bring back the Lurrus. Attack the Nissa. Hang out for a bit before you start your stream? Perfect. If anyone hasn't, I guess Scavenging Ooze in this matchup is probably better than Longtusk Cub. And then we'll replace the Davriels with a Klothys. With a Klothys and a Bloodfast, maybe? Let's do this. Let's get one Davriel in here. I wonder if I'm supposed to Thoughtseize first, or if I'm supposed to Duress first. Like, exploring things. So I'll go ahead and get rid of the Explorer, or Growth Spiral. We'll take the Extinction Event, because if they languish us, we have a lot of Grave Recursion. I think I do want to do that. Aether Hub being a really good example of an untapped land that is like an untapped source one time, but as long as I have my creatures available. But this is this is currently my only way to pressure them right now. So I think I just need to get rid of the languishes. And then next turn I'll play like Liliana or Davriel. There we go. Yes, 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 yes. Guaranteed get rid of your Nissa. I probably should have played the Aether Hub. It's okay though. Well, I definitely should have played the Aether Hub, right? Because it gives me a green mana. Oh, you love to see it. Oh yeah, this deck is insane, chat. Let's draw a card. Oh yeah. Crisis, sick. Make sure they can't get this Nissa back. I think I will do that. That way I get to buff up my Ooze as well. So if they have a Nissa, I could be in trouble. Let's draw a card. Cub. No Nissa?
Black magic.
Let's draw another card. Trophy. We could trophy the cage at some point. I'm just gonna go ahead and attack. I can't cast my Cub if I do this, though. Oh, they didn't even block. Now I'm really wishing I played that Aether Hub earlier instead of shocking the Blood Crypt, because I'd have an energy to play another green card right now. But it's okay. We could have lethal here, because they're just spinning their wheels. They're spinning their wheels, chat. Let's go, Modern Jund. Jund them out, baby. How's it going, Titan Smash? The other side of this card actually might come up this game. Second creature, you gain life equal to the creature's toughness. But I think I'm just gonna draw a card and go to 5, and then not flip it over. They could have Aether Gust, right? Oh! Yes! Jund them out, baby. Now that is how you play Modern Jund.